And the whole idea was, with Tambula itself is focusing on local. So what do we have that's local? And basically saying, okay, take what we have and what we make locally.
Who is the CEO and founder of Tambula, an online shop. Now, Tambula, an online hub for Namibia's informal market, empowers small SMEs to market their products. And he is going to talk to us this morning in our socials to share some insight on how you, as an informal trader, can make use of their services to grow your clientele. Jerobeam, good morning, and thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Good morning, and thanks for having me.
I mean, when I got this, and I'm like, a online hub for the informal market. Firstly, let's just start there. How have you managed to merge the two? Because again, informal market presupposes that, again, access to the internet, access to technology, and I'm using inverted commas here, is something that is not generally seen. How just talk to us about that thought process.
Well, it started with a lot of things.
Right.
Basically, space for rent, and looking at the world in the whole fourth industrial revolution, with things going online, and then focusing on the group of people that are actually disadvantaged and don't have spaces to, let me say, showcase their products and so on. So that was the initial idea behind it. Yeah.
I mean, the concept of a platform, be it virtual or real, you know, and allowing that to act as a conduit to allow people to then showcase and to bring their products through. How has the sentiment been? How has the take-up been regarding what Tambula is and what you guys are trying to do?
It was quite tough in the beginning. But our main focus was mostly on allowing people to still create their products,
right,
and not focus on the tech. And then we come in and help them, and then they catch up along the way.
Right.
So initially it was just, how do we bring this to people? But then it also being like a whole new thing.
Right.
And you know, with all the cyber crimes and so on, so people are a bit hesitant.
Yeah, apprehensive regarding it.
But slowly people are starting to catch on to it. So
right.
Yeah, that's actually a good.
Okay, so I'm an informal trader, hypothetically, right? And I hit Tambula up. Tell me, what does that process look like? How, what, who, why, when?
Okay, so we actually have like a whole huge team.
Right.
We have Impact Tank, so they help with onboarding the vendors. This is now training them, making sure the businesses are registered, do they have barcodes, product testing, and just helping them with pricing as well. You know, so they help onboard the vendors and just show them how it is to run a business. Yeah.
What stakeholders do you have on board? Because again, you're mentioning a couple of things that I again, based on my understanding and knowledge of the whole business ecosystem, you know, this does require some conversations and some strategic partnerships. You did mention the Impact Hub there, because again, from things like testing and safety, making sure that, you know, these products are of a standard and a quality for public consumption. Talk to us a bit about that.
Yeah, so we have a few stakeholders. We have the UNDP Accelerator Lab, so they also assist us, as well as Chomi Technology. They help us with deliveries.
Okay.
So yeah, so Impact Tank, Chomi, and UNDP.
Wow. Okay, a very well-rounded conglomerate, as it were. So the name Tambula, from an Oshiwambo speaking perspective, I understand. You know, what was the reason behind that, and what exactly for our listeners, what does that mean from where you see it?
Okay, so if you look at the word Tambula locally, it's basically used every day, no matter where you are. Okay, and it means take. So, and the whole idea was, with Tambula itself is focusing on local. So what do we have that's local? And basically saying, okay, take what we have and what we make locally. So that's the whole initial idea behind it, and the fact that it's used basically everywhere.
Okay, you've highlighted what and how. Where did you observe a need to bring Tambula to the fore, and do you think now is the time to bring a platform of this nature within a Namibian business context?
Yeah, basically with the fact that a lot of okay, we have a lot of people making products and stuff locally,
right?
But we don't have a place to find them. Not all of them are in retail. So the whole idea was like, where can we go where we have a space that has different products? Okay, no matter where you are, if you're in the south or the north,
right?
So just creating this whole marketplace of things that are found locally. Yeah.
From an informal market or local market perspective, how's the reception been? I mean, you did allude to the fact that there has been some slow uptake, and again, because of apprehension and people just say, hey, this is online, I'm not sure about this. But what impact are you trying to see with Tambula? What is the grand vision, if you're okay to share that with us?
Okay, so... sorry, I also forgot to mention one of our partners, which is DHL.
Okay.
So we're looking at also having these products and selling them to the rest of Africa. Yeah, so that's where the partnership with DHL comes in. So they help us with exporting and so on.
AFCFTA.
Yeah. So it's part of also just telling people that, this is happening, in fact of, like as you say, the Africa Free Trade. So how can we take advantages of all these opportunities?
Right.
And so we're starting now just so we can prepare people, because it's been quite tough with most of the vendors not believing.
Right.
Not just in Tambula, but in the business itself.
Right.
Like, okay, is anyone going to buy my stuff? Are people interested? So with the vendors that we onboarded, so they're seeing that now,
right?
And hopefully they also help the others, and just creates a whole platform of information, and people are slowly, getting excited about it.
Is this something that Tambula is being very intentional about? I mean, we did allude to a bit on the AFCFTA, looking at markets outside of Namibia. Here's a concept for you, Jerobeam. There's something that I read once, said that the Namibian market is incidental and it's very finite. So there's only a certain amount of people that can buy a particular product. Is this something that Tambula is being intentional about, saying, look, we want to see Namibian-made products in Nigeria, in Lagos, or in Nairobi, or even in Addis Ababa? Again, because the AFCFTA, for example, and also just our good standing within an African context with our trade relations and the likes.
Yeah. So. That's basically our main focus.
Right.
From we started this in 2019.
Okay.
And so there's been quite a lot of piloting and testing and
sandboxing.
Understanding what is the mindset.
Right.
And obviously, luckily with the FTA, they give these opportunities. Export, bring these products here, and I don't think we were ready.
Yeah.
So
there's still a lot of work there, but
but we were really intentional about, with this is basically, okay, we don't want to sell someone else's products in terms of import and then resell.
Right.
So we just taking the other route, like, okay, what do we have that's here? And then mostly, and most of the products come from the informal market.
Right.
Yeah. So there's a lot of creativity there. So. And just inspiring and creating this platform to say, okay, there's an Africa Free Trade agreement, and there's a platform that is looking for local artisans. So yeah.
And value addition is a component of maybe your service offering, or something that you are looking at the whole value chain, and how many components along that chain can we capture, and saying, okay, as Namibians, we need to have more control of our value chain to be able to then strengthen our product offering from an AFCFTA perspective, and also just from a local development perspective.
Yeah, exactly. And this is also one of the topics where we are training our vendors, because I'm not sure if you notice, like locally you have a group of 20 people selling the same product. So we are also advising, how can you add value to all these different steps, manufacturing steps. For example, we have a lady who's making embe jam.
Wow.
Yeah, so now she doesn't have to collect the embes, so she now gets it straight from the informal market as well. Then so just creating that process and
that whole chain,
them making them understand the whole chain.
Wow.
And so even with our launch, we had some of one of the local chefs who made food from all these different ingredients.
Locally sourced.
Locally sourced.
Man.
You know, so it's getting quite exciting.
Jerobeam, I can speak to you all day, every day, twice on Sunday. Before we let you go, any last words to our listeners regarding what you're doing, future plans, what we can be looking forward to, and just how to get in touch with you?
Yeah, just to encourage people to know, I think there's a huge opportunity there in Africa and the rest of the world. So please do come out, create these products. So we are a platform that's there. So we handle everything else.
Right.
We prepare you. So I think it's just to inspire everyone that, we do have a lot of potential locally. And we must showcase it to the rest of the world. And we can be found on tambula.com.na. So, and sales at tambula.com.na. And yeah.
Tambula.com.na. That is the website. Remember that within the next couple of years, it's going to be a household name. Jerobeam, thank you so much for your time. And we'll definitely be keeping an eye on you and on Tambula. And soon, hopefully, have you back in studio. Just give us an update as to where you guys are at.
Thanks for having me.
Man, oh man. Love everything business, love everything local business. And that was Jerobeam Mwedihanga, who is the CEO and founder of Tambula Online Shop. Please check it out if you're trying to source locally and trying to buy local, please do so. And if you are an aspiring entrepreneur within the informal sector and just an entrepreneur in general, please hit them up. Perhaps there could be synergies and collaboration and strategic partnerships that could be struck between you and Tambula. Jerobeam, thank you very much.